Well, up next, we have Richa. She's coming in from EPNS, and we're really excited to listen to her present today on how we got here. What is Ethereum Push Notification Service? Richa, how are you today?
Hi, Shannon. I'm great. How are you?
Great. We're happy to have you back. So excited to listen to you present. I'm going to let you take the floor.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. I'm just going to share my screen.
Got it. Go ahead.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. I am Richa. I am really excited to be here at ETHDenver, and thanks for the invite. A little bit about me. I'm the co-founder at Ethereum Push Notification Service. I dabble into a lot of things, including marketing, growth, and a bit on the product side as well. Yesterday, Harsh, who's a founder, was also here explaining game theory in DeFi. So yeah, both are pretty excited to be here. Cool. So what are we solving and what is Ethereum Push Notification Service? So basically, we started ideating about this idea wherein we thought that, in Web 2, every action that was happening was basically a notification, whether it was your payments or FaceTime call or your WhatsApp messages, everything was driven by notification. But when we were researching and exploring the pain points in blockchain, we noticed that there was this gap wherein a user had to go back to a service to see if there are important updates or any important action they committed occurred or not. So basically, there was no communication link. And that's when we felt that notifications are an integral part of this ecosystem, and which is what was missing. Example, loan liquidations, a new governance proposal, or a debt order that is completed. So there was no way for a service to inform a user that something like that actually occurred. We created Ethereum Push Notification Service. So basically, that's the solution that we offer. So what it is, it's basically a decentralized communication protocol that can send notifications to user. Now, since it's Web3, it's a wallet address in our case. Other than being a notification protocol, we kind of did two cool things over here and innovated. One, that notifications were incentivized. When I say incentivized, it basically means the user earns a passive earning. With the passive earning is basically by staking, lending, and interest generation. And also notifications can be delivered to any platform. So it's not just the user smartphone. It can be a wallet. It can be your browser or any tablet. But the end goal is actually that the notifications get delivered to the user's wallet and, for example, MetaMask or Trust. Touching upon some of the important use cases. So like I mentioned, like in DeFi, loan liquidation, interest changes, whether it's a new CryptoKitty auction which is out, a lottery pulled together, your domain expiration at ENS, anything and everything can probably use EPNS and a notification at this point of time. Awesome. So I'm very excited about this portion of my presentation, which is actually a journey. And I wanted to share the journey by the means of a tweet, and that's how we kind of have timelined it. So here it goes. So how EPNS came about. So we started dabbling into the idea of what we can build and the missing piece that we wanted to build, and that was in early January last year. With that, with a very raw idea, we wrote to Ethereum Foundation, and the response that we got back from the Ethereum Foundation completely blew us. It was a very personalized and detailed explanation on what we can build, how we can build, all the resources and links that we can use. And that really motivated us at that point of time, my founder and myself, to think about that this is what we want to build. And they motivated us to actually go and build it out and hack it out at ETHGlobal Hack Money that was happening last year. So that was the journey of EPNS and how we actually got started there. So at ETHGlobal, we met a lot of amazing builders, mentors, Web3 leaders who really polished the idea and worked with us, including the incentive mechanism. So a short story there is like we were planning to have the incentive mechanism, and Stanley from our way was like that, this is a good idea. If you build it, I would personally use it. So like when Stanley says something that, he would use it. So we were like, yeah, we need to make it happen. Along with that, we also wanted to work on the incentive mechanism, and we really brainstormed with the Aave team on creating the rough and the incentive mechanism for the protocol. And I think we owe them a big thank you for that. And towards the end of the ETHGlobal, we had a prototype ready, a working prototype for EPNS protocols. That was one of the first stages of our project. Later on, we knew that once we have a prototype, we want to polish the project, not just from our perspective, from also a user perspective. That's when we were selected for the IDEO Collab product validation. So that basically was an exercise for like top 30 DeFi teams that were selected. And there is when we learned how to sort of understand the user feedback, synthesize the idea, and sort of incorporate that in the product. So you have a product not just for yourself, but something that others are going to actually use. It was great, also very taxing because it was 4 a.m. in the morning India time, and we had like a lot of caffeine in the middle, but I think it was all worth it. Moving on, so after IDEO, we wanted to still build the product, but at the same time, we knew that we have a alpha product ready, but we want to also polish ourselves as well as what we are building from a holistic perspective. Building a product, knowing what the marketing should be like, how to build a community, how to talk to investors. We were very new and we were very rough at that point of time. So Gitcoin kernel actually made that happen for us. We spoke to a lot of people there, including Vivek, Sachin, Luca, Thomas, and like I probably am missing so many names, but like huge shout out to them and thanks for all the support. They understood what our weaknesses were. They helped us. They worked with us. We gave initially, I think, 1 hour long pitches, and they really helped shape that up for us. And towards the end of Gitcoin kernel, sorry, I'm probably forgetting one part, is that I wanted to give a shout out to Simona here. So one of the things that we wanted to do is understand what community, what kind of marketing we should do. And we spoke to Simona. I think she gave one of the best pieces of advice, and I still kind of use it every day when I'm working on things. Basically, kind of when you're talking to your community, when you're marketing, whatever you're doing with your project, try to have your own original personality and just be genuine. Don't try to kind of force yourself into a particular mold. And that kind of really comes across. So yeah, I mean, I'm really thankful to Simona for that. So just wanted to mention that. Towards the end of Gitcoin kernel, we also were part of the Gitcoin Grants Round 7. And at that point of time, we were a bootstrap project. And I think a lot of you would probably correlate to that in the space that, bootstrapping is tough. You sort of have to find very creative ways to work around, do the build, do the marketing, and so on. But I think this was a point of time where we kind of had a very huge validation from the community. We were one of the top projects in our category, and that actually meant that we not only had a grant, but it also kind of validated the whole idea of what we were building. So that was something really special because you realize that what you're building, people actually like and they appreciate it. And that's, I think, the time where I kind of fell in love with open source in general. And probably at the same time, I kind of promised myself that, once we are in a position to sort of help somebody out, we would also try to do that. And yeah, so hopefully in the future, we're able to do that. Around the same time, we were talking to a lot of investors, we were talking to a lot of Web3 leaders, and they liked the idea, they liked the vision that we had. And that's when we also raised a seed round last year in December. Here, I just want to share a short story that we were in the ETHGlobal hackathon. Our the first judge we had was Mariano, and he asked the first question to us. And months later, we got reconnected, and he sent out an email with this video from ETHGlobal and a very sweet note. And that was like, wow, like Mariano Conti was just like, he wanted to help, he believed in the vision, and he was one of our early backers. So yeah, it's just a very humbling experience and a feeling, and we're super grateful to everybody who's backed us. Balaji, Ken from Ethereum Foundation, Mariano, Scott, Preeti, Anthony, DeFi Dad, Luca, Ravindra, Rezo, and so many other people. Dalao, I think all the pictures are there on the website. You can have a look at it over there. And lastly, so we've done we've had a lot of experiences. We've met amazing people over here, and maybe just the parting thought that I have is maybe two. One being what this journey has taught us is that, don't be afraid to sort of ask questions, ask for help, because people are really open. The community is always there to sort of help you. There's never been a time where we've asked for help and people have sort of not been there. So ask for help, and the community will support you, will help you. And the second thing is that once you get some kind of help and you're in a position to help somebody out, help each other out. And I think that's how we all can grow together. And it's like a perfect win-win scenario. And it comes like a full circle. Yeah, and this is just like a rewind of the entire story and the journey so far. So I think I've spoken through most of it. Shout out to Aave and Matic for like the grants. Did help us a lot when we were completely bootstrapped. And yep, that's about it. And you can check us out at EPNS Project on Twitter and Telegram, and visit our website at EPNS.io. So thanks for everybody, and stay awesome.
That was awesome, Richa. Thank you so much. We have a quick question from the audience who's asking what a push notification to a wallet looks like. Can you explain it to us?
So push notification to wallet looks like? Oh, okay, cool. It's a notification as you would find it in Web 2. And it would be push rather to a wallet address than maybe a centralized login like an email rather than an email. So you can also download our app, which is on the Google Play and iOS, and you can use our DApp to basically see and look and feel how a notification from a decentralized world would look like.
Very cool. Anything else you want to let the community know about how to find you and how to engage?
Yeah, sure. Just maybe follow us on EPNS Project on Twitter, as well as EPNS Project on Telegram. We're super chatty, and we'll be able to help with any questions that you have.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Richa. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Shannon. Awesome to be here. Bye.